Millions of years ago, when the first breath of life emerged in this vast universe, who could have imagined that our souls would be so intimately connected? And not only that, but these ties would traverse countless lives, reuniting us with those we somehow already knew in other existences. Today we will dive into a fascinating and at the same time deeply transformative topic, Karmic Synastry. We will explore the hidden connections between past lives and our current relationships, seeking to understand how the past shapes our present and prepares the ground for our future. First of all, we need to understand what synastry is. In the field of astrology, synastry is the comparison between two astrological charts to determine compatibility between two people. But today we will go beyond conventional astrology and enter the territory of karmic synastry. Imagine that each encounter, each person we cross paths with, is somehow connected to our spiritual past. We are not just talking about acquaintances, but souls with whom we have shared intense experiences, joys and pains, laughter and tears, victories and defeats in past lives. Karmic synastry is based on the belief that our current relationships are a reflection of these ancient connections, a bond that transcends time and space. But how do these connections work? Let's start with the idea of karma. Karma is a familiar word to many, but its deep meaning may escape understanding. In essence, karma is the law of cause and effect. Each action, thought, and word generates a corresponding reaction. Our lives are woven with the threads of our past actions, creating a complex pattern that defines our destiny. Throughout our many lives, we interact with countless souls. Some of these interactions are light and fleeting, while others are deep and transformative. Karmic relationships are those that leave marks on our souls, shaping who we are and how we relate to the world. These karmic connections can serve various purposes: learning, growth, healing, or even the repayment of karmic debts. Let's imagine an example: John and Mary. These two fictional characters can help us illustrate how karmic synastry operates. Suppose that in a past life, John and Mary were siblings. Their relationship was marked by unconditional love and a deep sense of mutual protection. However, John made a mistake that resulted in Mary's death. This tragic event left a profound karmic mark. In a subsequent life, John and Mary meet again, but this time as spouses. The love and protection they feel for each other are still present, but there is also an innate sense of guilt and a need for reparation. John feels an irrational desire to protect Mary at all costs, while she unconsciously seeks ways to release this emotional debt. This example may seem extreme, but it is essential to understand that our deepest relationships are often imbued with emotions and patterns that we cannot explain solely by the experiences of this current life. Bringing these connections to consciousness can be the first step in understanding our behaviors, emotions, and most importantly, healing old wounds. Now, I invite you to reflect on your own relationships. Is there someone in your life who evokes intense and inexplicable emotions? Perhaps an overwhelming love or an apparently irrational antipathy? These emotions may be indicative of a karmic connection. We are not predestined to suffer or repeat the same mistakes indefinitely. The highest purpose of karmic awareness is learning and ultimately liberation. Through understanding these relationships, we can transform negative patterns and evolve spiritually. Some techniques can help in this process, such as past life regression, meditation, and even the interpretation of the astrological chart taking into consideration karmic synastry. These practices allow us to access hidden memories and integrate the lessons learned into our current lives. A crucial point to address is the nature of soul contracts. When we talk about karmic synastry, it is inevitable to discuss soul contracts. These contracts are agreements made between souls before incarnating, with the purpose of fulfilling certain missions or lessons. They are not legal contracts of paper and ink, but deep spiritual commitments. These contracts can involve different types of relationships: romantic, family, friendships, or even fleeting encounters that leave a lasting impression. Understanding these contracts helps us accept and value more deeply the people in our lives, even those whose role seems negative at first glance. In one of the most fascinating cases I studied, I met a couple who were always at odds. They argued over small things, but also shared moments of deep connection. When investigating their past lives, it was discovered that in a previous life, one partner had deeply betrayed the trust of the other. In the current life, they were trapped in a cycle of testing and reaffirming that trust. The awareness of this karmic pattern allowed both to work together to transcend the cycle of pain and hurt, leading to a more harmonious and enriching relationship. Just like in the example of the couple, many of our conflicting relationships carry within them the seeds of healing and evolution. Difficulties can be seen as opportunities for growth. Karmic synastry is not an unchangeable destiny, but a chance for us to act consciously and lovingly, releasing old patterns and creating new paths of light and understanding. A particularly important theme to discuss is the liberating potential of forgiveness. In many cases, karmic debts require a great deal of forgiveness, both to ourselves and to other souls. Releasing resentments, hurts, and guilt accumulated over various lives is a monumental challenge, but it is also one of the most spiritually enriching practices we can undertake. True forgiveness does not mean forgetting or minimizing the pain, but integrating the experience in a transformative way, allowing us to move forward with lightness and peace. In many sacred texts and spiritual teachings, we see that forgiveness is the key to liberation. In the Sermon on the Mount, for example, Jesus speaks about the importance of forgiving 70 times 7. This teaching transcends the religious context and perfectly applies when we talk about karmic relationships. When we allow ourselves to forgive, we break the karmic chains that keep us trapped in cycles of suffering. Another crucial point is the recognition of repetitive patterns. Often we realize that we face similar situations repeatedly at different times in life. They can be abusive relationships, treacherous friendships, or even recurring problems at work. These patterns are clear indicators of unresolved karmic issues. The first step to breaking these patterns is recognizing them. Recognition can come through self-reflection, meditation, or assistance from a therapist specialized in regression or past life readings. Once identified, we can work consciously to transform and overcome these challenges. Karmic astrology is another extremely useful tool in exploring karmic synastry. The position of the planets at the time of our birth not only indicates our personal characteristics and potentials, but also the karmic debts and blessings we carry. Aspects such as Saturn and Pluto, for example, are often associated with karmic issues. The study of the astrological chart of two people can reveal a wealth of information about their past connections and karmic lessons that need to be worked on together. Consider the story of Leonardo and Clara. They met by chance at a social gathering and felt an instant connection, as if they were soulmates destined to meet. Upon investigating their astrological charts, they discovered that their relationship houses were strongly aligned with karmic aspects, suggesting that they had lived significant past lives together. This knowledge allowed them to navigate the challenges of their relationship with greater understanding and patience, recognizing the lessons they needed to learn and the cycles they needed to break. It is also vital to address the role of free will. While karmic synastry provides us with a valuable map of our interactions, free will is one of our most precious gifts. We can choose how to respond to the situations and relationships in our lives. Karmic connections can provide us with opportunities for growth and healing, but we can also choose to repeat old patterns or transcend the limitations of the past. Our choices are powerful tools for shaping our destiny. For a deeper understanding, it may be interesting to study the influence of reincarnation in different cultures and religions. In Hinduism and Buddhism, for example, reincarnation is a central concept, and many of their spiritual practices seek the understanding and transcendence of karma accumulated over lifetimes. Even in some mystical Christian traditions, such as Gnosticism, we find references to reincarnation and learning through multiple lives. For example, we can look at the life of Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. Through various lives, he accumulated wisdom and understanding that culminated in his final birth as the Buddha, the Enlightened One. Many stories about the past lives of the Buddha, known as Jataka tales, illustrate how he interacted with the same souls over time and how these interactions helped shape his spiritual path. Another approach is past life therapy, which can be a powerful tool for releasing traumas and promoting healing. This therapy involves techniques to access past life memories, helping individuals confront and resolve karmic issues. Through guided sessions, people can recall experiences and relationships that left deep marks on their souls, allowing the integration of lessons and the release of negative patterns. The practice of meditation and mindfulness also plays a fundamental role in our karmic journey. Meditation helps us access higher states of consciousness, where we can gain a clearer vision of our spiritual connections and karmic patterns. The regular practice of mindfulness allows us to live more consciously, recognizing and transforming automatic behaviors that perpetuate karmic cycles. In summary, Karmic Synastry offers us a profound and often challenging view of our relationships. It calls us to recognize that we are spiritual beings on a continuous journey of learning and evolution. Each person in our life is a mirror reflecting parts of ourselves, challenging us to grow, heal, and love more fully and consciously. And so, we come to the end of this initial journey on Karmic Synastry. I hope I have provided each of you with a new perspective on your relationships and your own souls. This is a path of continuous and deep discovery. May each of you find clarity, healing, and deeper connection in your lives. My eternal gratitude to each of you for accompanying me this far. Keep seeking, learning, and sharing. Until our next talk, let us continue together on this journey of spiritual evolution and self-knowledge.